What's going on, family? I lost my energy for the simple fact that I've literally redone this over and over and over and over. My videos changed several times because I'm conflicted with everything. I'm going to break it down real quick. Oh, and sorry for the bad angle, but you get tired after a while when you keep trying to redo it over and over and over. So I tried to make myself a little more comfortable. Anywho, this video is about a woman, a black woman, who's trying to sue her black mother for $600 because she's black. She claims she lost wages and a boyfriend, so she wants to sue her. She does not want to be black. Let's put it that way. But this also reminds me of a movie I watched as a kid. Let me put it this way. The movie and this show, identical. Scenario and everything. The only difference is the chick ain't try to sue her mom. And the end of this, the lady ain't dead. Let's put it that way. Okay? So, what we're going to do here is we're going to watch the hearing of the chick trying to sue her mother. Okay? Obviously, I'm going to be coming back and forth. So, I could tell you how I'm feeling in certain areas. But I need y'all to wait till the end of the video because I want y'all to see exactly what I'm talking about. So, we about to get started with this video. Seriously, wait to the end. Don't leave. Because I think a lot of you all are going to know this movie off top. So, I'm going to have y'all watch it, like I said. And then, yeah, we'll talk. We're going to do this. Family, I forgot to tell y'all. In the beginning, after I introduced this, y'all need to get y'all something to drink. I got my soda. Get you some snacks. I got my Skittles and my Rice Krispie treat. So pause the video and go do that. You gonna need it. No, you really are.
Sandra Johnson is suing her mother, Elma Johnson, in the amount of $600. Ms. Johnson claims her mother caused her to lose wages and a boyfriend. Ms. Johnson claims she shouldn't be blamed for the plaintiff's lost wages.
Ms. Sandra Johnson and Ms. Johnson, I take it you're relatives?
Yes.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
suing each other. No, Ms. Johnson is suing your mother for $600.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Why are you bringing your mother to court?
Your Honor, this woman has made my life a living you-know-what. I'm suing her today for
This
$600.
woman?
Yes, this woman.
Referring to the defendant, Miss Annie Johnson, the one who
Referring
gave
to
birth
my
to you?
mother. Yes.
That's the way you refer to her?
Yes, this woman.
Well, I tell you what, you won't refer to her like that anymore in this court.
Okay, well, I'll refer to her as Miss Johnson if that's okay
Yeah.
with you.
It's fine with me, but not this woman, baby. We don't play that here. She deserves much more respect than that. Whether you realize it or not, she does. Okay, go on. Now you're going to refer to her as Miss Johnson since you don't want to say mama.
No, I can't call her mom. I don't feel connected to her.
All right. Tell me your story.
She showed up to my job in a place that she has no place being, making a whole ruckus, and pretty much got me sent home on the day that I make the most amount of money. And Now I lost $600. But not only that, I lost my life, the life that I have been creating for myself since I left her. I've been trying to get away from her ever since I was younger. Growing up with a mother like her is not easy.
Why?
Look at her. We don't look anything alike. Nothing. I don't even know.
Okay, stop. You told me look at her. I'm gonna look at her. Now I'm gonna look at you.
Yeah, look at
You don't
me.
look anything alike.
No.
Why? Why do you say
Because she
that?
has that dark skin.
Ooh. Lord help me. Jesus help me. Okay, she has that dark skin. So what? What do you have?
I have light skin.
And so mothers and daughters and families don't come in different shades?
Oh yeah, that's great. But I realized growing up that people with that kind of skin has it a little bit harder. And you know, I worked really hard just to keep my life as easy as possible.
Okay, you need to hurry up and explain yourself to me.
Your Honor, growing up with a dark mother was so embarrassing. All of my friends were white. Everybody was white.
Where
The
did you
people,
grow
the
up?
guys I dated were white.
Where did you grow up?
My friends were white. Alabama.
And what, how old are you?
Okay, so far, Chicky Chick then referred to her mother as this woman. Let me make something clear for the people who didn't grow up with moms like that are going to be extremely mad for that part alone, because I would have killed to have this woman as my mom. Because, well, y'all see further down why I say that. As a matter of fact, leave in the comment sections why you think that I am saying that, besides the fact that she's a good mom. Secondly, this chick ran away when she was 16 for the simple fact that her mother's black. They don't look alike, according to her. She was embarrassed by her mom because of her dark skin. And all her friends were white. But she lived in Birmingham, Alabama. Makes no sense to me. But I'm going to still try to keep it calm, cool, collected. I don't know if this is real or fake. As I said, that's me and your job to figure it out. But even still, this seriously puts fire through me because it's ridiculous. And I really know that there's people out here who act just like this. And a lot of people say that black people can't be racist. Every single race on this planet can be racist towards each other, towards other races. It happens. So there's a lot of ignorance that still flows through our country today, and it sucks. But we're going to keep...
Your Honor, I'm 25 years old.
So what part of Alabama did you grow up in that all your friends were white?
Birmingham.
In Birmingham. And you're 25 years old.
Yeah.
Which means that was in what, 1990 something you were born?
1990.
And all of your friends were white.
Yes.
So if you grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and all your friends were white, you didn't grow up with your mother?
She was barely around. She was busy cleaning up after white people.
Ooh.
I didn't want to live that poor life.
Mrs. Johnson, when this child of yours was born, that's over here,
Yes, Your Honor.
where were you living?
We were living in Alabama, Your Honor, and I was cleaning houses for a living, Your Honor, and so we ended up living with different white families as I had my job there.
So that's why she said all her friends were white?
Yes, ma'am.
And she went to school in the area of the families, the families that you lived and worked for. She went to school there.
Yes, ma'am.
And do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
realize and understand why you were able to do that?
Yes, because she was poor and uneducated. And so I had to live a life of struggling. And like I said, once I got away from her, I tried my best not to live that kind of life.
So how'd you get away from her?
I earned enough money to get away from her, and I started dating this white guy whose family had a lot of money.
At what age?
16.
Straight up pitiful.
And then you changed your life? I mean, you changed your identity
Yes, I
or
went
something?
to college. I got an education,
All
something
right.
that she does not have. You won't see
And
me
is that
cleaning
her
up.
fault that she doesn't have an education?
Yes.
Why?
She's her own woman. I'm not her mother.
You say you went to college?
Yes.
You sound like an ignorant fool.
Doesn't matter.
Coming up on Justice with Judge. We're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
You don't sound like a college-educated woman. You didn't learn anything about history. Did you take a history class?
Sure did.
You didn't learn a doggone thing. Because if you don't understand why your mother was working where she was working and doing the kind of work that she did and did not get a college education, it's because you don't understand your history and what went on in America during her age, a woman in the 60s or 60 and over. And you have the audacity to turn down your nose at her for doing what she could to keep your little behind alive and well.
I just don't live my life as a black person, so
What you live your life as?
I live my life as a person of privilege.
You live your
Similar-
life as a
similar
lie.
to those
That's
of
why.
white
Because
people.
you said the man that you went to live with, his family was privileged, not you.
Well, that's the life
So you
that I
live in a
created
lie.
for myself.
Okay.
That's the life that I created for myself, and she ruined it.
So how did she
ruined
ruin
that,
it?
and she ruined my relationship with everybody.
How did she ruin your life? And how did we get to this $600 claim?
Because, Your Honor, once I got enough money to get away from her, I moved away. I didn't give her my number. I didn't give her my address. I told her if I wanted to get in contact with her that I'd reach out to her. But no, she is stalking me. She showed up one day to a grocery store in my neighborhood, stalking me down in the aisles, trying to talk to me in front of all these white people.
Oh my God, what a
and
terrible
then,
thing.
Well, and then the following week, she shows up to my job, causing a ruckus. And when she
what did
did
she
that,
do?
she's just at the door saying, "Oh, there's my daughter. I need something to say to my daughter." Blah blah blah. And
What
I
was
see
your
her.
job?
I'm a dancer,
What kind of dancer?
a burlesque dancer.
Burlesque dancer.
Yes.
College educated, that's the best you can do?
Yes, I'm still in grad school.
Oh, what you in grad school for?
Law.
Okay. Law. Who are you going to represent?
Myself.
Yeah, you're right. Just you. Because not too many people would hire you with your state of ignorance. So your mother is outside asking for you, not asking, but telling people that's my daughter and I want to see her.
Right, and she's saying that to my boss.
And?
And now he's asking me if that's my mom. And so, of course, I had to say no, because they can't have people like her in there.
What? You mean black people, you're dancing at a burlesque club somewhere in Alabama that's still racist?
Listen.
And black people aren't allowed?
Your Honor, let me tell you something. My boyfriend found out that my mom was black, and he confronted me about it.
That's
and
good.
When I said no, I wasn't black, he put his hands on me.
Yeah,
and it's her fault. She came here to ruin me.
It's your fault because
It's
you've
her
been living a
fault.
lie. And you won't accept your heritage and your roots. And you will not acknowledge your mother as your mother. It's your fault because you've been living a lie. And your lie got discovered. And it was totally unnecessary. If you knew who you were and you were so intelligent and so sensible, you wouldn't have to live a lie. I didn't live a lie, and I have a college education.
That's great. She doesn't.
Oh, my goodness. Ms. Johnson, I feel your pain.
Yes, ma'am.
Place.
Have people like her there.
People like her. They
Yes.
had people like her because they had you.
Like I said, her and I are different, obviously.
Ms. Johnson, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry.
If you can talk, because whew, God help me, because I
I'm a
feel
little
like
bit-
coming down there and knocking some sense in your head.
Your Honor, I'm just really saddened that I'm here in the first place and that you and everybody else has to hear and know that my daughter is suing me for $600. And I have to say, I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not surprised.
Why not?
Because my daughter and I, the best thing about this case, Your Honor, is that I get to see my baby because we don't talk, and I don't see her ever.
Coming up,
She can't pass for white.
we're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
It's
So
really,
how'd you find out where she was?
well, I ran into a friend of hers that
A white friend?
Yes, ma'am. And she told me that my daughter frequented a certain grocery store, so I started frequenting the store just in hopes that I would see her because I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to see if she was healthy, that she was happy, and I knew that I would be able to tell that if I could just look into her eyes, that I would know how she was doing.
She may be healthy and happy physically, but she's not healthy.
Well,
She's emotionally destroyed.
Well, you know, Your Honor, this happened a while back because my daughter, she's never been happy in her own skin, basically.
That's what I said. She's emotionally destroyed.
And because her father, he died shortly after she was born, and he was very light complected. And so she took her color from him. And as
She's
you can,
not that much different than you in color. She can't pass for white.
Your
well-
Honor, you must not be looking at me.
yeah, but you're
I'm looking at you real clear. And you know good and well, you don't know because you're ignorant. But we come in all different shapes.
well, Your Honor, I wanted my daughter to have a better life than I
As
did.
every mother does.
And, you know, she expressed to me early on that she wished that we were both white because of the challenges that she had experienced in school. And she saw that the darker skinned people she felt were having a harder time. So she didn't want that kind of life. And so
And naturally so. I understand that. Wanting more, wanting better. But she could have more and better without dismissing her mother.
yes.
That's the part I don't understand.
Well, Your Honor, you see, I'm very much more dark complexion. And so not only did she like my skin tone, she didn't like my hair, or the way that my hair looked, because as you can see, she has that beautiful, silky, straight hair. But I tried to explain to her, Your Honor, that that God created us all the way that we are, and that as long as we were healthy, that we were blessed, and it didn't matter what color that you are. You know,
Yeah.
and I tried to share that with my daughter, but she just didn't want any parts of me.
Coming up,
Why are you crying?
we're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
So what did you do when you went to her job, when you finally found out where she was and where she worked?
Well-
feeling a mother's pain and love
Yes.
for her child.
Well, Your Honor, when I went to her job, I wasn't trying to stalk her or anything. I just needed to talk to her. And so I was just telling the security guard there that my daughter was in there and that I needed to talk to her because I had to share something that was
Did you
was
get
really
a chance
important.
to share it?
No, Your Honor, because the security guard just looked me up and down and let me know that
You weren't welcome.
I wasn't welcome there.
You want to share it now? Since she won't allow you to share it elsewhere?
Yes, Your Honor.
What she got to say?
What'd you say?
I don't want to hear what she has to say.
You got self-hatred. You're living with self-hatred. Trust me, I know it, because I lived with it. I didn't like my thick, nappy, quote, hair, my big nose, my dark skin. I know what you're feeling. But the way you're dealing with it, lying about who you are and what you are and your parentage and your heritage is not the way to handle it. You've got to learn to live with the skin you're in. Do you realize that? Do you realize that?
I realized that I was happy before she came.
You don't have to hate yourself. You're beautiful as you are, no matter what skin color you are, but the beauty comes from within, not from without. And you're nasty within. And that's because you are hurting and don't like yourself. But you can get some help and deal with that. But not listening to your mom and hating her. She was born the way she was born. Did she have control over that? No way. Now, I understand from what I read, what your mother has to tell you is something very private about her health. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
And I don't know if you want to share it with the rest of the world. But I'm not so sure that she'll let you sit and talk to her.
She got to say what she got to say now.
Say it.
I went to my doctor because I hadn't been feeling that well. And he took one look at me and saw that my color was different, that I didn't look good, and he asked me what had been going on. And so, and I shared with him that I was so worn out and stressed out because I didn't have a relationship with my daughter. My blood pressure was high. Everything was going wrong. So the doctor ordered several tests for me, and I took those tests, Your Honor.
What's the diagnosis?
And the diagnosis was terminal, Your Honor. And I needed to, that's why I was at the club, Your Honor, so I could talk to my daughter and I could share with her and I could tell her what was going on with me. Because I wanted to be able to say goodbye to her before it was too late. I wanted to let her know that I loved her. I wanted her to know that I forgave her for all the hurtful things that she said to me, Your Honor. I love you, baby. You're always going to be my baby. I don't care what has gone on before, Your Honor. So that's why I was there.
Why
Not
you
to
crying?
try to get her fired.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
What you feeling?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Judge Maybelline's verdict when Justice with Judge Maybelline returns.
I'm not ordering your mother to pay $600. You lost your job because you lost the night shift, and the $600 because of your lies, because of your dishonesty. Had you simply said to that man, yes, that's my mother. Can I have a minute to go talk to her? He probably wouldn't have told you to go home. But that was the only way she could get to see you. You did that. So, judgment for the defendant, I'm denying your claim, but I'm ordering you to go sit down and have a conversation with your mother. If you don't want to talk, just let her talk and you listen. Now, that's the order of the court.
Okay, family. That was the end of that clip with the courtroom thing. All right, so I'm going to tell you about the movie, even though I'm going to leave you an insert of it. Let's put it this way. Now, y'all remember I told y'all that is basically the same thing. Hear me out. Like I said, the movie's called Imitation of Life. If I don't know if anybody's ever watched it before, but it was one of my favorite movies when I was younger. It actually taught me a lot. It used to help me understand why people treated me so bad because of my skin and all of that. All right, here's the movie, the gist of the movie. So, the mom, she was a maid, and they moved from house to house. They eventually ended up with a family until the girl got older, but they started off moving from house to house, and the mom was cleaning white people's homes. Meanwhile, the mom was able to send her daughter to all the nice schools. When they finally settled into the house that they ended up staying in, the daughter had nothing but white friends. You know, she went to a very good school. She also attended college and all of that. But before then, her entire childhood, she did not claim to be black. She went so hard for people to not know she was black. It was ridiculous, okay? Now, I'm going to remind you, the chick is fully black. Fully black. Not biracial. Fully black. And she tried to pass as a white girl. Like, she was adamant that she was white. She leaves home. She was around the age of 16. Just as the girl in this courtroom clip. When she left home, she became a burlesque dancer. And her mom used to look for her, obviously. Like, she wants to see her daughter. She wanted to see how her daughter was doing and, you know, all of that. The girl was working one night. I can't remember if her name was Sarah in the movie. I think it was. I'm not sure. Anyway, I know their last names was also Johnson. But, the mom shows up at the nightclub one night. And the boyfriend was at the nightclub as well that night. She did her little number, and she sees her mom at the door talking to the security guards, trying to get in to talk to her daughter. She ends up losing her job. And the boyfriend confronted her behind the club and was like, "Are you black?" And the girl's like, "No, I'm just as white as you." And he slaps her ass around some. And the purpose of the mom going to the club was her health. But she didn't get to talk to her daughter then. She ends up getting to go to her apartment somehow. I don't remember how that worked out. But in so many words, she was telling her daughter how she forgave her for all of the bad things she said to her over the years and how she's treated her and things like that. And basically it was like a final goodbye for her. She's like, "I just needed to see you one more time and I'll let you be from now on." And the daughter basically is like, "Well, if you see him on the street, act as if you don't know me." And the mom's like, "The only way I'll do that is if you could give me one more hug." So the mom gets to hug her daughter. And the girl's white friend had shown up at her apartment. And, of course, the white friend assumes that the mom is a maid. But what she did was the mom played it off and said, "Well, I used to take care of her as a kid. And I just was in the city, so I wanted to come, you know, see how she was doing," basically. Eventually, the mom got sicker. Because as I said, she had a health issue. She got sicker as time was going by. She ends up on her deathbed telling everybody what she wants everybody to have when she passed away. She explained how she wanted her funeral to be, you know. And the craziest part about this is the white family she stayed with, the woman she was working for, they were like this. They were very close. Even the woman's daughter took to her a little more than her own daughter. And her own daughter hated the fact that the woman's kid took to her a little more. She tried to push her away. Let's put it that way. The woman died. The mom dies. Now, after the mom dies, her daughter heard about it. She shows up at the funeral acting a fool. All over the casket, screaming, "Mama, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to treat you this way," and blah, 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 blah. Obviously, regretting the fact that she treated her mom like that, and her mom has always treated her very well. So, this is where my conflict comes from. Now, what I just told you is damn near identical to what you just watched as the little court case. The only difference is they're in a courtroom and the woman's not dead. She just has a terminal illness, as she says. But like I said, I'm conflicted to the part where, are they mocking the movie? Did they do this for fame? Like, were they acting it out for fame? Like, what was it for if they were acting it out? But then I'm also like, bruh, if that's real, I would slap the hell out that girl if I ever seen her in public. Like, it makes no sense to me how a person can treat another person that way, and me physically going through it is why I relate to it so much. But also, that's her daughter. That's not like some random person. That is her daughter. Like, I don't get it. I couldn't dare. And for the mom to be so forgiving, like, oh, I couldn't do it. I personally am not mature enough. I couldn't do it. I don't know. You gotta have some strong faith. Strong. As I said, there's going to be a little trailer of the movie right after this. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below and tell me how you feel about this. Tell me if you think it's real or fake. Because I said, I'm telling you, watch the movie if you do not believe me. That court case and the movie, identical situations. I repeat, identical. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Like I said, tell me how you feel about it. You could hit that subscribe button also. And then hit the notification bell to let you know every single time I post a new video. Comment, like, share, subscribe. And that will be all after the movie clip. Deuces.
Love? But you've always had that.
Yes, by telephone, by postcard, by magazine interviews. You've given me everything. But yourself. I'm white. White. White!
Starring Lana Turner as the great stage star Laura Meredith. The men in her life, John Gavin, Dan O'Herlihy, Robert Alden.
If the Dramatist Club wants to eat and sleep with you, you eat and sleep with them.
It's disgusting.
It pays off.
Her daughter, Sandra Dee, Susan Kohner, who was born to be hurt.
I don't want to have to come through back doors or feel lower than other people or apologize for my mother's color.
Don't say
She can't help her color. But I can.
Juanita Moore, hers was the shame and the pain.
Sarah Jane Johnson, you put your clothes on and get out of this place.
And the incomparable Mahalia Jackson.
Trouble, Lord of the world, I'm going home.
I'm not asking you not to go down there, Laura. I'm telling you.
And what makes you think you have that right?
Because I love you, isn't that enough?
No, Steve, I'm sorry.
All the kids talking behind my back. Is it true?
No!
Are you black?
No, I'm as white as you!
You're lying!
I'm not!
I'd like to hold you in my arms once more. Like you were still my baby.
All right.
Oh, Sarah Jane. Oh, my baby.
Oh, Mama.
An invitation. An invitation of love.